Am I the asshole for not giving my dad's girlfriend my change? I, 17 male, came to visit my dad for the weekend. His girlfriend, Tessa, doesn't live with him, I guess, but is here all the time, and she has a kid. We all went out to dinner yesterday, and stopped at Walmart after. I found a movie that I wanted, so I bought it and used cash. Tessa's daughter got some candy and gave her mom the change. I didn't think anything of it and figured her mom have her money. I bought my movie with money I got from working. It's not like my dad gave it to me or it was allowance or anything. When we were leaving, Tessa asked me if she could have my change. I said, "What? No?" and looked at my dad. She said, "Not the singles, just the change because I need quarters for the laundromat." I said, "No, I saved my change, sorry." I thought that was the end of it. Then later my dad talked to me while we were outside. He said that I came off as stingy and should have just given Tessa my change. She has to use the laundromat and it's not even $1 I'd be giving her. I said, "Well, it's kinda weird for her to be asking a kid that's not ever her kid for money." He said, "Again, it's not even $1. She's been having a hard time getting quarters." I said, "I have a whole change jar at mom's. I can go get it," he said, "and give it to her?" I said, "No. I'll count it out and she can buy the change from me. I usually cash it in at the bank anyways." He said, "Never mind. I just thought you could give her the change from earlier. Be the bigger person. You're lucky you have it so good and don't have to pay to do laundry. I do my laundry at home, not his house anyways." Today Tessa kept making comments about how she's glad she taught her daughter to share and not be entitled. I don't have a problem with giving her the 75 cents if even that. But I feel like then every time I'm over here and buy something, get change, I'll be expected to hand it over to her. Am I the asshole for not giving my dad's girlfriend my quarters? Not the asshole. It's weird for an adult to be asking a child for money. And even weirder that she's harping on it so much. If your dad is so concerned about her laundry situation, why doesn't he let her do it at his house? Not the asshole. I am very embarrassed for Tessa. Not the asshole. If he cares about her doing her laundry so much, she can do it at his place. LMAO, raised her child to share and not be entitled. Yet she herself feels entitled enough to get the change from your hard-earned money? She might want to think about that a little more if she can't see the hypocrisy. Not the asshole at all. Dad's girlfriend needs to do some self-reflection. Not the asshole. Your money, your rules. If you feel like giving it to her, good for you, and vice versa. I don't know what your father was talking about when he said, "Be the bigger person," when in fact you were for standing up for yourself. You dad's girlfriend shouldn't have to rely on kids to provide for her, she needs to act like an adult. Also very childish and petty of her to make those comments about her kid that were directed towards you. Not the asshole. All laundromats have change machines and extra quarters on hand. She can easily get them there. She sounds like a control freak, and unfortunately for you, your father is clearly pussy-whipped. Not the asshole. It's your money and you don't have to subsidize your dad's girlfriend's laundry costs. Not the asshole. She's not entitled to your money. Actively passing her snottiness and entitlement onto her daughter is a nice detail, though. Am I the asshole for stopping my roommate from being able to adopt a cat? My roommate is vegan and wanted to adopt a cat. She bought pretty much everything she needs and I was fine with it. I have a dog, so why can't she have a cat? Then an order came for cat food. It was a brand called Vegan Pet. She was planning to feed the cat vegan dry food. I told her cats can't eat a vegan diet because they are carnivores and it can lead to health issues. Not to mention a diet of solely dry food for cats can lead to kidney stones and dehydration. My roommate would not budge on this issue and ultimately said if it's made for cats then it is okay for cats. So I ultimately dropped the issue and we get to the shelter. My roommate can't drive, so I was the chauffeur, and as we lived together we thought it would be good for us to look at the cats together. The shelter lady was asked us a bunch of questions like if we had other pets, what outhouse was like, if we had a catio or safe outdoor area the cat can't escape from, etc., and then she gets to nutrition. She asks about what we would be feeding and vet care. My lies and says that she would be feeding Hills instead of Vegan Pet. I was gobsmacked, to be honest. I wait until my is distracted and tell the shelter volunteer that she will be feeding Vegan Pet and not Hills. I think this is what made the shelter turn down my roommate's application for the cat. When I told my the truth, she locked herself in her room. She hasn't spoken to me since. I was told by our mutual friend that I overstepped and should have stayed out of it. IDK. AITA? Update. It's about 7:30 p.m. My finished work at 4 but she didn't come home. This is pretty unusual for her, but I assume she had something to do, maybe shopping. She got a cat. I asked her where it is from. She said she bought it from someone off Gumtree, similar to Craigslist. So we have a ragdoll now. IG woman facepalming, medium skin tone. ETA. I will feed the cat separately. I feed my dog raw food. His freezer is in the garage, which my never uses, so it will be easy to just buy extra meat after formulating a diet plan suitable for cats and feeding the cat at the same time as my dog. Not the asshole. The cat's health comes first. The fact that your roommate lied about it means that she knew what she was doing was wrong. Vegan here. Not the asshole. I have a cat and a dog, and they get a diet that mimics their natural one, which is based in science. I, as a human, have the option to decide to only eat plants and not meat. Carnivores don't. If your housemate doesn't want to feed a pet animal products, then she needs to find a herbivore or omnivore pet. And clearly your housemate knows they were in the wrong because they lied when asked. I understand why to some it would look like an overstep, but not providing an adequate diet to a pet is animal abuse. So this is about animal welfare, not you trying to stop your housemate from having a cat. Good luck with it all. Not the asshole. You did the right thing. I worked at a vet for years and could tell you horror stories of people feeding vegan diets to animals. Not the asshole. You just saved an innocent life from neglect and health problems. If telling her the truth was such a problem, maybe she shouldn't lie bare-faced to a shelter dealing with neglected pets. If you're not prepared to tend to all of the animal's needs properly, you're not fit to own that animal. Tell her she can get a hamster. AITA. Vegans are usually all about animal welfare. Why should that new cat be any less important than the farmed animals she'll never meet? My roommate is vegan. Oh. Then an order came for cat food. It was a brand called Vegan Pet. No, sweet baby Jesus, no. She was planning to feed the cat vegan dry food. Oh lottie lod, why? My lies and says that she would be feeding Hills instead of Vegan Pet. Oh no, she didn't. I wait until my is distracted and tell the shelter volunteer that she will be feeding Vegan Pet and not Hills. I think this is what made the shelter turn down my roommate's application for the cat. Hallie 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 clap clap luuuuuujah. Not the asshole. Genuine curiosity. Why on earth did you tell her what you said? I feel it wouldn't have hurt anyone if you just kept that to yourself. And no, not the asshole. That's not the proper diet for cats and she knew it, otherwise she wouldn't have lied to the shelter volunteer. She shouldn't have lied, and she shouldn't want to feed any future cats such a crappy food. If roommate truly didn't think she was wrong or that it was the wrong thing to do, why did she lie? Your mutual friend is very, very wrong. Not to interfere because it makes her friend happy but puts a cat's health at serious risk? A person's feelings is more important to neglecting a cat? No. She is absolutely wrong. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, because you're right, cats can't survive on a vegan diet. Further, your is a major asshole for ignoring that fact and lying to the shelter volunteer. Would I be the asshole if I announce my pregnancy? My husband says it would be selfish if I did this, but I don't think I am. My husband has a 15-year-old sister. She was diagnosed with cancer early 2020 and has been getting treatment ever since. 2 weeks from now is her last treatment. His family lives a few states away and we rarely visit them. In 2 weeks we are supposed to fly out to celebrate her last treatment with her. I brought up announcing my pregnancy when we got to visit since we most won't be visiting again. My husband immediately shut it down and told me it would be a selfish move since we are specifically going out there to visit his sister. We are only staying for 2 days and I feel like that would be the chance to announce since we won't be visiting again. Would I be asshole if I still announce my pregnancy even though my husband told me not to? YWBTA. You don't piggyback on someone else's celebration and make it all about you. But you are just going to accidentally on purpose let it slip because you are just so excited, and it's no big deal, aren't you? And then when you watch your sil try and put on a brave face, because you just took an incredible milestone from her, you'll tell yourself that it's no big deal. This just makes for twice the joy. And why is your husband looking at you like that? It was an accident and no big deal. Also, chemo often strips a woman of her fertility. Oh yeah, I beat cancer but I'll never have kids. Good thing my sil was there to announce her own fertility and rub it in my face. YWBTA. First of all, this visit is not about you or your pregnancy. The visit has a specific purpose, which is celebrating the end of his sister's last treatment. She's been through 2 years of fear and hell. She deserves to have her celebration without you making it about you. Second, you asked your husband and he answered you. Why bother asking if you don't care about his opinions and you're just going to go behind his back and do whatever you want anyway? You never visit anyway, so there's no reason announcing your pregnancy has to be done in person anyway other than for the attention. YWBTA. Jesus. Let the little lass have her celebration. Announce it a week or 2 after that. Don't rein in on her celebration. How many weeks are you? YWBTA. Absolutely. She's a 15-year-old battling cancer. JFC. I can't even count the ways that this isn't about you. Your husband is right, this would absolutely be selfish. If you do it anyway, be aware that your entire extended family will judge the hell out of you for it, and it'll cause issues with your husband. I mean seriously, what the heck is wrong with you that you'd even consider doing this? YWBTA. You are there to celebrate his sister not dying. FFS. Let her have her moment. Repeat after me, not everything is about me. You are the asshole. You've talked about this with your husband. He shut it down. So don't do it behind your back. It would also be the same as announcing your pregnancy at someone's wedding, or engagement party, or graduation party. It's tacky. YWBTA. Major awe. For 2 reasons. 1. This is your husband's child too, and his family. If he's not comfortable announcing it at this time, you should respect his boundaries. 2. His sister is celebrating surviving cancer. The flip side would have been her dying. They're all celebrating her health and the fact that they still have her. Yet here you are trying to figure out a way to take all of that attention and make sure it's on you. That's so selfish it doesn't even compute to me. This is not your moment. YWBTA. For 2 reasons. First, because this is supposed to be a visit to celebrate sister's cancer progress, and you would be taking her spotlight to get attention on you. Second, because your husband asked you not to. And it's his family, so he should have some say in how you both announce your pregnancy. Make a Zoom announcement in a couple weeks, or even now, if you and significant other agree. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband accept a job offer? Re-upload because title wasn't correct, not stolen. I, F32, am a surgeon married to my husband, M34. We had a baby last March together. My husband sat me down and told me about a job offer he received. It would be full-time and would earn 50–75% more than I currently do, great benefits etc. I was ecstatic for him as it's his dream job and I know he'd been working towards this his whole career. For context, my husband quit his job when our baby was born. He didn't like his job but decided to take some time off to be a SAHP while baby was young. Casually as we were discussing this, he said, "And now you can quit and look after baby since you don't need to work anymore." I was super confused why I would be quitting my job and told him I wasn't going to quit, thinking it was a joke. It got quite heated as I apparently wasn't willing to even to discuss this and didn't have an open mind. I told him that I would under no circumstances quit my job, and he told me that he had done the same thing for me and that he couldn't think of any on the cons. He argued that I should be supportive of his career that would better support our family than mine and would be better for our baby if I did this since his job would allow for us to all see each other and have a good work-life balance. My husband asked me to quit, otherwise he wouldn't be able to have his dream job, but I refused to. Am I the asshole? And #X200B. Edit for clarity. The issue isn't childcare. While it isn't ideal in his opinion, he isn't against it but just prefers one parent staying home. His argument is that there isn't a need for me to work anymore and would benefit our family if I didn't. I don't want to quit, but he believes I should and won't accept the job if I don't. Not the asshole. Between your pay and his new job you can afford high-quality flexible childcare. If he's not happy with that, then he needs to be the stay-at-home parent. You're a surgeon. That's not a career you can just take a couple of years out and then pick back up where you left off. Keep on showing your child all that women are capable of. Edit. Corrected some typos. Info. Why does him having a dream job mean you must quit your job? That makes no sense. Why can't you both work, like 90% of US parents? Not the asshole. You didn't prevent him from taking a job. You simply didn't want to give away your economic independence against your will for no reason. Not the asshole. Him taking this job offer does not mean you have to quit. You're phrasing it as if you're not letting him accept the job offer. That's not what you're doing at all. What actually happened was he made his accepting the job offer contingent on you agreeing to some weird ultimatum. Your choice regarding your own career should have nothing to do with his decision regarding this offer. You should not feel like it's your fault he unilaterally decided his actions are predicated on you agreeing to his terms. That's pretty darn manipulative and controlling. Also, low-key, what job offers 50–75% more than $300K? Info. What kinda job makes 75% more than a surgeon? Sounds like y'all can afford a live-in au pair. Not the asshole. Does he know what a nanny is? Not the asshole. For obvious reasons, but let's list them anyway. Your husband didn't make you a favor by quitting his job. He didn't like it, and he decided to stay at home to take care of his baby. He did it because he wanted, presumably, and you really own him nothing. As you both will have money now, there's no reason why the baby cannot have a nanny per daycare. Him not being able to have his dream career if you do not quit is plain bullshit. He just wants things to be more comfortable to him. He works on his dream job, and once he goes back home you'll always be there to take care of the house, baby, him. You're not willing to discuss it because it is not up to discussion, as it is your decision, not his. He suggested it, you said no. End of story. Being a surgeon isn't something you just up and quit. You went to college for 4 years, med school, residency, maybe even a fellowship, just to throw it all away at 32 because you had a baby and hubby wants you home? Hell no. Not the asshole, doctor. Not even close. Edit to add. Saw in another comment that you're still in residency. So you're not even fully done with your education and he wants you to quit. That'd be throwing away a major investment.